Alright, Diablo enjoyers, today I'm going to be showing off a brand new early alpha of the game that is untitled, but it is made by Moonbeast, so it's kind of known as the Moonbeast game. Now, it's got a lot of really big names working on it. I'm talking about a lot of people that worked on Diablo 1, 2, LOD, as well as someone on the Diablo 4 team, as well as on the Torchlight team, Hellgate London, as well as Marvel Heroes Online. Like, the dev team is pretty stacked over here. So I want to show you guys kind of an introduction to the game. By the way, just as a heads up, you cannot just download and play this game or like a beta or anything. It's kind of like closed. I got access as a content creator to show it off. Now, I've played it for a little bit. I've explored every single thing in the game here as far as the playtest here. So again, what you're seeing is the pre-alpha here. So again, keep in mind, there's going to be a lot of stuff that may change in the future. I'm going to show you guys kind of like the rough gameplay that we currently have. So there's these certain monsters over here. Like these ones will root you, but if I jump, I can jump out of it. And so what does this game do that is maybe brand new to the action RPG genre? Well, that's for one, but there's also fully destructive environments. So you can see over here, if I explode, I can actually break the terrain. So think of this kind of like Diablo, but also mixing in sort of like Minecraft with the like terrain. Now, one thing I want to go ahead and also do real quick, and I think that the volume needs to be adjusted here, but one thing that I want to go ahead and mention is that this is one thing that I think is pretty unique. There's also like a night and day cycle, and as the time changes, the monsters get much more difficult at night. You can also double jump into this game. So there's a lot of dungeons where you're going to actually be able to access secret areas. We can go ahead and just explore a dungeon. I'm going to do this right now because if it goes to night, the game is actually very, very hard. So obviously we have our HP, mana, like the normal stuff that you'd see in an action RPG, but let's go ahead and dash over to the area. So to even access some of these dungeons, you may have to like explode certain sides of a wall, and this could open up the area. Now there's not very many skills right now in the game. Let's go kill this thing, and we'll just go ahead and blow up this wall and maybe go inside via jumping over here, and I think down here. Oh, by the way, you can like turn the game too. So there's a lot of cool stuff with this game. But right now, I want to show you guys the inventory and all like the itemization stuff, because this is kind of important for an action RPG, right? So for starters, as far as like the itemization goes, you can see just like this weapon that we have, it's got like some damage on it, and then there's like shock chance, and then there's +2, like let's say a very specific skill, and then we have our potion, and the potions, they do recharge. I want to say it's on kill or like certain amount of monsters or something like that. It's not over time, but there is a cooldown also on it. Here's some of the rings. This is just some regen. We got some main stats over here. And then we have socketables. So we can have like gems to put in our items. You can see like we get extra attack damage with this one. We have bracers over here that just give us armor. And then there's also like penetration on certain elements. We got movement speed on boots. And then we also have a shield over here. And then we've got a belt. And then we've got a chest piece over here. So we have some sort of resistances. Just haven't really gotten a good chest piece. And then just like the normal things that you'd see in action RPG. When you do level up, you get stat points just like in the other Diablo games. So we have this over here. We can see the details on all of our stats here. And then there's also this thing called the puzzle box, which kind of opens up in the very earlier stage of the game, which is going to be tied to the skills. So as far as the skill tree goes, here's what we got as of right now. I don't think I can use any of my other skills other than we have our lunge attack, and then we have spine breaker. But kind of how it works is you start off the game with like selecting which like build that you want to play. You have like in either a charge, or you can use Bloodlash, which is kind of like if you ever play Mortal Kombat, it's like Scorpions Get Over Here, kind of like that, and also grants us mana on hit. But once you unlock the skill, you will then unlock modifiers for the skill. So you can see over here, this one, I don't have enough mana here to cast it, but I'll show you in a second. So when I use this ability, which is Spine Breaker, it will then have a Trail of Lasting Shadow. We can also decrease the mana cost. We can have it to grant a Glyph, which is some other like bonus on a kill. Then we have a chance to stun. I really like this Glyph Lunge over here. So we have a 40% chance of a completed set of glyphs to remain used again. Again, we just get a bonus from it. So it lunges an enemy doing some sort of damage and then creates a random glyph. 3 glyphs form a spell, trigger spells with evocation skills. So then there's like that, maybe like a tag or something like that. But again, these are the skills that we have right now. So I only have these 2 because like as far as it goes, I haven't gotten extra skill books, but there's also Bloodlash over here, and then there's Bone Storm, and then there is the Shadow Walk over here. So this is like a little like blink teleport. But let's go ahead and open up and show you guys kind of more stuff in the game. But as far as like the interface goes, this is kind of what we've got. Then you can also change the controls if you want to. There's not too much other things that I can really show you guys in the game as far as like settings and stuff, but it looks like they want to support controllers. This is something that's important. So these are little like mana crystals, but they also give you HP. If I jump up, we can go ahead and you can see we gain mana. So that's kind of a source of mana recovery. I know that there is HP recovery, like I have it with this ring. I'm hoping that we can get some mana recovery, but also want to mention like there's a couple people that were coming in, they're like, is this better than Diablo and stuff? Honestly, guys, it's a pre-alpha. There's a lot of rough edges on the game, but like the thing that makes this game unique, again, is like being able to like destroy and go through different areas. I think that's a really unique feature, and then like the night and day cycle. So if you're wondering, what does this action RPG do that other action RPGs don't? Well, yeah, that would be one thing over there. And then again, we have a bunch of different like gems here. I'm trying to show you guys like everything that we have access to. But yeah, let's go play a little bit more. Oh, also in addition to the double jump that you have, we also actually have a dash. But yeah, here's what the character looks like. I don't know if this gives us a little rotation, but you can see what the artwork looks like. So as far as the artwork goes in terms of direction, it's like, I would say, in between Torchlight and Diablo. I mean, it's got both of the team working on it. So it's not like super gritty, but it's not like super cartoony. So, you know, I'm just mentioning kind of like, you know, the art style and direction. So like I said, you're going to be doing a lot of like exploring, and it kind of just throws you out in the world. It does kind of have some quests. Oh, also you can swim, but swimming is pretty dangerous because they can attack you, but you can't attack back. And when the game shifts up, because there's a, like I said, there's a day and night cycle, I'll actually probably exit this dungeon just so I can show you guys kind of how it works. But we don't have enough mana here. But let's see if we can we break this? Okay, there we go. So we can break this, we can jump over it, and you can see kind of the unique additions to this game. There's a mana node over there. Go grab this so we can go use our ability. And so, yeah, you can also dual wield in the game. Let me see if I have a throw. No. Actually, I do have a double dagger. So, yeah, you can dual wield too. As far as it goes right now, there's just this class, but obviously when the game launches, there's going to be a lot more. But the shield gives you big survivability. And then we can pop a potion. There's like kind of things to be expected here. It's almost nighttime. So what I'm going to actually do to show you guys something cool is we are going to go back and hopefully we'll see it change in real time, so you guys can get an idea of kind of the things that make this game a little bit more unique. But again, going back and kind of answering the question, is it better than Diablo 4, better than Path of Exile? It's too early. They have a lot of rough edges around the combat, I would say. Obviously, it still needs to have a lot more content, but hopefully we'll be able to see the game shift. As again, you can see it looks like it's almost nighttime. The game gets like, right now, it's so incredibly hard when it becomes nighttime. But you guys will see kind of the way that the game is oriented with the like destruction. I think this is one of the coolest things, like that you can just keep on like essentially digging down. If I want to, you can see over here, I could just keep on making this go lower and lower. Now, I don't know what happens when you get to the center. I don't know if there is like a core in the game, but really excited to see where this game goes. It's really early on in the state, but like I can see what they're trying to go for in terms of like design. But I also am wondering, like, towards the end of the game, what is the plan for the end game in terms of like this mechanic where you're able to dig essentially? Because I always look at the end game of an action RPG kind of before really looking at the beginning. But as far as it goes in terms of like quests, I don't really want to reset my game here because it took me a while to get some of these items, especially with this amount of like damage here. You don't get to get very high in like level in this little playtest. You can see we're only level 4, but it takes a very long time to level up, just kind of to give you guys some, understanding of the game. We can also go back to town. Let's go back to town, and you can see like the NPC over here. We have Lum, it's like the rune in Diablo. So we have the shop that we can buy stuff at, but like for the most part over here, let's go ahead and sell this. So we can sell items, we can buy items. The NPC doesn't really have anything good at the moment. In fact, most of the times the NPC doesn't really have anything. But when you go back, you will recover your HP. There's different like waypoints over here. We could go maybe TP over here. We can see. I don't know if the game is shifting. I really was hoping to show you guys kind of how that works. But basically, the game changes and like the elevation changes as time goes on. So you could be in the same area and get a new like map, like a whole brand new map, but not even move because the whole area is shifting. So that's one area. Oh, I think we're hearing it right now. Do you guys hear it? Yes. Okay, good. This is exactly what I want to show you guys. So the levels kind of change. Keep in mind it's pre-alpha here. So and you can see, like I said, this is really, really difficult. Like, most of the stuff does so much damage at night because we're finally at night and you just get absolutely deleted. And then we'll just go back and then it's going to regenerate our HP and stuff. And maybe we can go do something else because at nighttime, the game gets way, way more challenging. But yeah, I want to show you guys this game, as it's a game that I will definitely be covering in the future. But if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. But pretty cool idea in terms of a concept of the game. I will definitely be following this game as it's got some of my favorite people working on this game. So really curious to see what they do with the game. And I also want to mention that this is early game. Someone was asking like, can you blast the game? Because some action RPGs, they're more like Soulsborne-ish, and what I want to say also is like when the monster does that move that roots you in place, right? You can also dodge it. You don't have to sit in place. So there is some room for like kind of outplay because you can like jump up, and if you do jump up on their attacks, like if the monster swipes at you, I could jump up and I will not take damage because he missed, right? So there is a little bit of play with that, but I wouldn't really want to consider it like a Soulsborne action RPG where you have to really time and dodge everything. But the game is pretty punishing, especially because in the early stages you do not even get a potion to start, and the potion recovery is pretty slow. Not just the cooldown, but like the time it takes to kind of get another one. There is like globes in the game, like you see right there, that little health globe. So there is kind of areas where it makes it a little bit easier, but the game is not easy by any means. But yeah, just want to go ahead and show you guys kind of the game, and we'll be checking it out as they update. But it's also got some pretty cool music. But yeah, that is a little introduction. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is a question I had when I was live streaming. People were like, is this a sponsored game? No. I genuinely like the people that are working on this game, and I reached out since they were having like a test of the game, and we got hooked up with the access of it. But yeah, really excited to see the other classes, what we're gonna get as far as like other things in the game. There isn't really like insane bosses, at least in the dungeon. There's like monsters that have like different like bonuses, like an elite or something that would have different like things. But that's basically what I wanted to go ahead and show off for like an early introduction to the Moonbeast game. Again, this is not the name of the game, but that's kind of like the code name for it right now. But yeah, really cool stuff. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, and yeah, we'll be definitely checking out the game a lot more as it does progress. But this is like the pre-alpha, so keep that in mind. Anyways, take care, gamers, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.